The Missing and or Dead Scientist, Part 2. So, if you have not seen the first episode, I encourage you to click on this link and go watch that one. We were exploring some of the connections between the missing and dead NASA and or nuclear scientist, and we got some answers, but we also came away with that with a whole lot more questions. So if you did watch episode 1, we're going to clear up some things that happened there. So welcome to Tarek and Valerie. I'm Valerie. I'm here with my guide, Tarek. And we want to jump right in to some additional information that came up in our first episode. So for those of you who watched it, Tarek says hello, that there is a connection between the missing and dead scientist. And we talked a little bit about that, but honestly, more questions came up in my mind and I wasn't necessarily tying it all together. So Tarek and I went back and had some conversations and got some clarity. So I think, Tarek, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll give a summary of what we talked about, and then he can indicate, like he is now, if I'm on track or if I'm getting something wrong. And of course, if he wants to give us a message, he will. So let's start with some of the words he gave us that I wasn't quite sure of or what they meant. So the first one was the K-U-R-S-U-T, and I couldn't place what he was putting together. Well, it turns out he was trying to say cursed. So curse it, and that's why he was saying yes. But since we spell it C-U-R-S-E-D, I wasn't tying that together. And I'm going to get more into what that means in a little bit. The second word he gave us was racket, and that one is correct, and we'll talk about that a little bit more too. But first, I thought we would start with what he opened up with, is that the scientists were doing research, and he said it was why the UFOs will visit us. So let's talk about that one a little bit more first. So these scientists who have their classified research, it was, I think, a smaller group of scientists who were working on UFO technology. So apparently there are some people in the space program or other scientific programs who do have evidence and information that UFOs have visited us. And these scientists in particular were looking into that and uncovered some technology. I'm not 100% sure what that technology is, other than it is technology that will help humanity, help us become more sovereign, give us more freedoms. And that's what leads us to the racket. So racket is really the racketeering. So racketeering, in my mind, usually refers to the mafia, but it could be anything. But racketeering is basically an organized crime group that is committing illegal activities for profit. So somewhere embedded in all of this is a group of powerful people, whether they're government leaders or billionaires or people in between, that have reason to keep this technology suppressed because he's either swinging wildly or wants to say no. Are you swinging? Are you saying yes, Tarek? Yeah. They have reason to keep us under control, whether that is power or money or both. So I don't know, I'm not going to name names. I don't know 100% who these people are. But as we were doing the first video, I know I said, are there people associated with the Trump administration and or the FBI? And he indicated yes. But some of these disappearances and or deaths happened during the Biden administration. So I also asked Tarek, is Were there people in the Biden administration that also knew about this? Yes. Did Biden know about this? No. Okay. Did or does Trump know about this? Yes. So that leads me to believe that there's a common thread that has crossed both administrations. And Tarek has indicated that that is true, in that that common thread, or people, it might be one person, I don't know, are in the FBI. And he's saying yes. So let's get back to now the scientists. So these scientists are innocent people who are just doing their jobs and doing research, and wanted to be able to release this information to us. And some of them started dying and disappearing. And that's where the phrase cursed, it isn't like a literal curse that was put on them, but they're feeling like they're cursed because they're trapped. They can't release the information. They're seeing people disappear or die. And so they know that there's a leak somewhere and powerful people who don't want this information to get out. So my understanding is the missing scientists, whether this is one or more, Tarek, you can maybe help us with that, have not been kidnapped or abducted. They have decided to basically disappear because they're afraid. They feel like there's a curse on them. So Tarek is indicating all of my summary is so far is accurate. So that's where we are. Now, Tarek, do you have any additional information that you would like to give us? Yes. Okay. Let's try this one. A, B, C. Oh, no. You don't have any additional information? No. Okay. Well, forget about that. Okay. So I hope that ties up some loose ends on what we talked about. I do think, or Tarek, I think you indicated to me in our discussions that there will come a time that this is going to come out. He's saying yes. So we did a video a while back about open contact and alien contact. We didn't cover any of this, but that I'm going to link that one up above too. So feel free to click on that and go watch it if you haven't seen it. But there are benevolent aliens who want to visit us and give us technologies. Oh, and that reminds me of another thing. Maybe this is what he wanted me to say. When some of this starts to come out from the government, because they're going to kind of be forced to tell us some stuff, look for them to be spinning it as the aliens are scary, they're protecting us, and they might give us like little bits and pieces, but they don't want us to know these things that are going to give us freedoms and sovereignty. They want us to be scared. But these benevolent aliens have a lot to share with humanity, and they're just waiting for the time to be right. So I forgot to add that part in earlier. So just look for that. You can go back and watch our alien video that we did about open contact that will be coming. But it definitely sounds like, again, there's cover-ups. Sometimes, as they say, truth is stranger than fiction, and I'm starting to believe that, because I don't know if anybody could ever make this one up. I don't know. Keep your eyes and ears open, and we'll see what's going to happen. I know it sounds very bizarre, but there's a tie to this. And I would love for you to put in the comments your thoughts on this. Do you believe it? Do you think it's all just a little too out there? Do you have more questions? Because it seems like it's kind of a never-ending rabbit hole, but would love to hear what you have to say. And of course, as always, We would invite you to like, subscribe, and share our channel. It really does help us. And any other questions you have, please put them in the comments, and we'll see you next time on Tarek and Valerie. And as Tarek always does, he says thank you, gives us a hug, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.